Right, welcome along guys, cheers for tuning in. Now, as long as I can remember, I have always wondered if I would be able to go faster with better equipment, and over the years that has led me to upgrade my pedals, my wheelbase, my wheel rim and my rig, but I've never upgraded my PC, and it got me thinking, is my PC holding me back? Would I be able to go faster with a better PC? So this is my old PC. Now this is an Intel Core i7-8700K CPU, 32GB of DDR4 RAM and an NVIDIA GeForce GTX 1070 graphics card. And this is the new PC. This is an AMD Ryzen 7 7800X3D CPU, 32GB of DDR5 RAM, and an NVIDIA GeForce RTX 4080 graphics card. So in case anyone is interested in the hardware I am using, I have the Heusinkveld Ultimate pedals, SimCube 2 Pro wheelbase, and a Cube Controls CSX3 wheel, all housed beautifully in a ProSimRig PSR1. Now, if anyone is actually interested in upgrading their rig at the moment, I can highly recommend the ProSimRig PSR1, and there is a discount code in the description below. You can help yourself to 5% off ProSimRig products at raceanywhere.co.uk. So if you're in the market at the moment, then check that out in the description below. So, before I retired my old PC, I loaded a VRS test session at Daytona Road in the Cadillac GTP and left the pits, and I did 10 laps and recorded my lap times as well as my FPS. The reason I used Daytona Road was I was very comfortable around here, as it was week 12 last season in iRacing when I had the idea to run this test, and I'd already put many laps in during the IMSA races that week. So the lap you are about to see was the best lap I was able to do using the VRS setup, and it was a pretty respectable 1:31.105. Let's take a look.
You've just done a 31.2, less than a tenth off your best. Sector 1 time's okay. Sector 2 is a tenth off your best. Sector 3 time is quick.
So on screen now are the 10 laps I was able to do. Now, despite me catching an off track there, just exiting the bus stop, I am still counting this lap as my fastest lap. I don't think I gained much time with that off track, so the 1:31.105 was my fastest on the old PC. Okay, moving on to the new PC. You'll notice a couple of differences on screen. The first one is the overlay. I was having a few difficulties setting things up on the new PC. It was a completely fresh install, but I did make sure that people can see the track temperatures, so you can see that this was a fair test. The other difference is the field of view setting. Now, I've been trying to increase my field of view on the old PC, and I wasn't able to due to the restrictions of the graphics card. Obviously that isn't the case anymore, so I now have a new field of view setting on this PC. So let's take a look at this lap. So on screen now are the 10 laps I was able to do on the new PC, and you can see there the fastest lap of them all was a 1:30.656, give or take half a second quicker than the old PC. So we're just going to go back to the replays and we're going to look at the lines I'm taking on the old PC and the new PC using the chase cam feature. While we see that, I'm going to discuss a couple more things. Now, what I will say about the old PC is that it doesn't owe me anything. This has been absolutely bulletproof for the last 6 or 7 years. This has handled all of my racing, recording and streaming with no real issues whatsoever. We've had a couple of freezes and stutters in iRacing, which I think is pretty common. We upgraded the RAM from 16 gig to 32 gig, and since then we've had absolutely no issues at all. So I can't complain. This PC has served me very well over the years. Looking at it now, I should have taken the Joy-Calib file and transferred it over to the new PC. It was a completely fresh install, so we didn't, and I had to calibrate the pedals and everything like that in the new PC. Had I transferred the Joy-Calib file over, I genuinely think we could have gone even quicker. Not much, but you can see in the new PC lap there is a little lock up there in the infield. So yeah, maybe a tenth or two could have been shaved off the lap time. But yeah, really pleased with how I was able to drive, given that it was kind of all muscle memory on the pedals and I didn't have it dialed in as I did in the lap that you're watching now. Moving on to the new one then, there's not much you could pick between the two laps using chase cam. I think I'm just trying to highlight here that I am using very similar lines. I know I took a little off track coming out the bus stop on the old one, but I think that's kind of irrelevant as I've gone quicker on this one anyway, so I don't think I've gained any time there when I've exited the bus stop and took that off track on the old PC. The whole experience here on the new one was smoother. Obviously the graphics are ramped up, the frame rates are much higher. The whole experience is much smoother, and I can only assume that that is why I'm able to maybe spot the apexes better, carry more speed through the corners. I don't know, it's all speculation really. All I know is the experience is much smoother, and obviously has helped me to deliver a much faster lap time. So there we go. What do you guys think? Anyone who's been watching my streams lately will testify that I am so much more competitive than I used to be, and I'm now able to fight to try and get into the points, and even fight for podiums rather than scrapping it out at the back in the higher strength of field races. So I just wanted to share this with you all, as I'm always trying to get people to go a little bit quicker. And if you've often wondered, like I did, if upgrading your sim racing equipment will help you go a little bit quicker, then you might not want to overlook your PC. There's no guarantees of why I was a little bit quicker or where the pace has come from. All I can say is that my experience on the sim now is considerably smoother than it has been in the past. Now, well, if you look on like the NVIDIA websites and stuff like that, they've got a nice little graphic explaining why higher frame rates are advantageous to people playing shooting games. I believe it's Counter-Strike, the example that they use, and that the little fella moving across the screen with higher frame rates moves much smoother. Now, you're trying to hit that guy with a gun and bullets in a shooter, but as sim racers, we're trying to hit an apex. We're trying to hit a braking zone, and we're trying to look for any reference points we can around the track. And if those reference points are coming at us smoother, then it makes sense, at least to me, that you're going to have a little bit of an advantage over somebody who isn't experiencing those smoother frame rates. So I think it's pretty clear on the video. I mean, yeah, my I rating has soared. I think we've gained about 800 I rating since we switched to the new computer. So yeah, it's clear as day for me, this one. If you've got any value from this video, then you'll be doing me a massive favour by hitting the like button before you go. And obviously, if you're not yet subscribed and you like this sort of content, then please consider subscribing. And don't forget to ring the bell notification so you don't miss the next video. Right, thanks guys. See you next time.